Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. It's me again. I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay, it's very late. Some of the videos don't involve a lot of cooking, but they can just take forever to do, and that was the case tonight. Okay, this video is $1 a day food challenge. And when I was doing this, it reminded me of when I went back to school as an adult and people would accuse me of cheating. And I thought, this is not cheating. What I used to do is when I would study, I would never study the wrong answer. I refused to waste time studying the wrong answer. And this is kind of the same. You might be thinking, that is not a $1 challenge. Okay, now, wait, $1 a day. The first thing I would do if I had $7 to my name and $7 only, the first thing I would do is walk to the food pantry. Okay, last week I got there late. I got one little tub of pumpkin spice cheddar cheese, a box of coleslaw, 6 bagels, 1 large loaf of whole wheat bread, 3 yams, 8 small potatoes, 4 red peppers, 12 carrots, 5 tomatoes. I got 4 oranges and 10 tangerines. So here's the tangerines and the oranges. No wasting, that's frozen. And 11 tangerines, 4 oranges, 5 tomatoes. Okay, so just this food was $38.55 worth of food. So before I ever started spending a penny, I had $38.22 worth of food. So number one thing, this costs nothing. If you walk, it doesn't even cost you gas. Now, to get to, I'm gonna spend my dollar. Okay, number one, the first thing I would buy is a package of hot dogs for $1, and I would make sure I got 8. Then I would buy a can of beans, but one week they gave us beans, so that week I wouldn't buy beans. One week they gave us milk, eggs, bread, and cheese, but last week there was no milk and eggs. So hot dogs, and then where did I write this? 1 can of beans. Then I went to Albertsons this week, and I got two yogurts for $1. These are good. I bought a big one too. I would get 1 bag of peanuts because I would make peanut butter, or else I would just eat the peanuts. But this is going to give you very nutritious peanuts. Just take the peanuts out of the shell, roast them 250 on each side for 10 minutes on each side. Take them out, roll them in a paper towel, and then blend them in the blender so you have peanut butter. Then I would buy a little can of potted meat. I would buy 1 can of chicken noodle soup, probably at Walmart or anywhere I could get it cheap. And I would buy a box of macaroni and cheese. So I think I should get an A+ for this. Okay, I could have 2 hot dogs and bread. I got that free. 2 hot dogs and beans. 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. And I got potatoes, French fries, or sweet potato fries, or mashed sweet potatoes. Fries and beans. With my tomatoes I got at the food pantry, I would dip them in boiling water and peel them. Then I would cook them down with a little water, and I mash them up with some salt, pepper, and sugar, and then I blend it in the blender so I had tomato soup. I had bagels, and so I had peanut butter, I had bread, and I had potted meat. I have bagels with soup. Okay, let's see. Well, those, the possibilities are endless, but here is my 7 $1 items, plus the food pantry in this town. And so I'm doing a food box this week, so this gives me a good start here. This gives me a good idea on how to stockpile food, which is the most important thing you want to do. Okay, the second part of this is prepare for the day when you don't have any money now. Don't wait until you don't even have $1 a day. Start preparing now. Okay, so now what I want to do is start packing my house full of food like in the olden days. Big bags of flour, sugar, and then when finances permit, molasses, salt, yeast, baking soda, and baking powder. You're always going to have bread. Then cornmeal, and God forbid, in case you have to eat beans. And so I think I like this Betty Crocker cornbread as well as any. A 1/4 cup melted butter, or we always used to use shortening. 1 cup milk, and hopefully you have a big bag of powdered milk when finances. Pretend it's like you're a rancher or a farmer. You grow your crops, you have to go sell them and buy food, and they would come with big bags of food to last all year. Or the ranchers would sell their cattle, and they have to go to town and buy food and provisions. 1 large egg. They gave us eggs 1 week. 1 1/4 cup cornmeal. I bought a little better cornmeal in case I ever have to eat it. 1 cup flour, 1/2 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt. Bake 400 for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, rice, beans, rice, potatoes, oatmeal, yams or sweet potatoes. Peanut butter, just buy big bags of peanuts. And then nuts, I would go for almonds, and I would go for cashews, because that makes the best nut milk, in case, God forbid. And then I am trying, but I thought, you're trying, but you're not trying hard enough, to grow grapevines, berries, and strawberries, and then dry raisins. My grapevines are doing okay. Raisins or dry fruit, bacon, and then large pieces of meat, large cans of fish or salmon, and tea. So think of these as you're going to survive. You don't need any money in the house. I mean, it's much more pleasant. But, you'll eat better if you go to the food pantry and you have this food in your house at all times. If you don't have a lot of money, start out with the dollar ones or the cheap ones. But start preparing now for the day when you might not have any money. Usually the people who are preparing are okay. Okay. All the people I ever tried to help, what happens is when things start getting very, very bad, they get into a panic mode, and then, they don't do anything. Right here is the corn. This is just Betty Crocker cornbread. Okay, so let's say I don't have any money. I want to study the right answer from somebody who's been doing this for a little while, like me. Okay, to save money, I stay in my car from the time I get up, and if I can, until after 9 o'clock at night. And one thing that helps me is I go to the gym, so I'm getting healthy, but I'm also saving money on utilities. Right now, the only lights on is in the kitchen. to save on utilities. Okay, the gym is $9.98 per month, or you can up it to $30. I up mine because they have classes and stuff. They have yoga, they have Zumba, they have all kinds of stuff. Okay, and then I started going to the food pantry. I'm not going to wait until there's no money, until I have not a single bite to eat. Like my one friend, I went over and I really wanted to scream. There wasn't one single thing in a refrigerator, but that's because she didn't have any propane. Okay, now I just started doing this and it's been really fabulous. So this brings us to the $5. Ralph's has these $5 deals each day. So the Monday was pizza. So today I had pizza for breakfast and I had 2 donuts for 25 cents each. Yesterday I got chicken when I made the crazy bones rest. I still have soup in there. I bought 2 large salmon patties, and then today I bought this roast. And it was $9.75, marked down to $6.33. So what I did was, where is that? I left it in here so I could show you. It's right here. These are 2 pieces of roast. I cut it in 3 pieces. And so here it is. And I had a sweet potato from the food pantry. It's awesome. Tonight's the night. Okay, so what I did was I spent $5 on a pizza, $5 on eight chicken legs, and then I cut all the meat off the bone, and then I put it in my freezer. It is right here. This is the chicken legs. Or I could just eat 2 chicken legs per day until they were all gone. Oh no. It's always not a good idea to take stuff out of here. All right, I will eat it down though. Okay, so what I did is I sprinkled some garlic salt. I sprinkled some onion powder, and I put some water in the pan, and I baked my roast at 350. I boiled the sweet potatoes, and then when the meat was almost done, I will just pour my meat drippings, so this way I don't have to use any butter. All right. So this meal is what we're talking about, $2 and what was it? $6.33, $2.10. And then what tastes really good on this is one of the YouTube followers told me about this, chipotle and lime. And then I don't really need any veggies unless I wanted them, although I do have something nice and I'll show you. I'll just have ketchup on my meat, and I'll have the chipotle hot sauce. So today, you guys, I was out in my garden. It was pretty hot out there too. The birdies and I were out there. They like to go outside. And then we have all kinds of predatory crows flying around. And I tell them, you guys, don't ever escape when we're out here if you know what's good for you. All right, I want to show you. So I picked this kind of early. What did I do with it? Oh, no. I don't know where I put it. It's a little turnip that I grew. I'm going to eat it. All right, so I won't be suffering. That suffering's optional. think about the ranchers and the farmers if they didn't buy any food. Stockpiling will keep you the safest. All right, let's have a bite. So I wanted to mention about this $5. So this, I started going to the food pantry, and then I started getting the $5 deals at well. The meat is good from Ralph's. I like it. I cut the pizza in 8 pieces, so that's 4 servings. The chicken is 6 4-ounce servings. The large patties are 2 servings. And the roast is 3 servings, so that was 15 servings for $20. So I didn't think that was too bad. Then, you know, I have tuna. All right, then I'm trying to earn the petty cash. As opposed to spending the petty cash, I'm going to try to earn the petty cash. So I bought something. You saw the purse. I located the purse, and someone had sold one on OfferUp for $70. And then today, I got up, I just dashed over to the thrift store, and I bought this grain mill. So you can grind wheat, rice, corn, oats, beans, herbs, coffee, seeds, spices, and more. Okay, these used to be $45 10 years ago, and you just, you know, attach it to your counter, and it's in pristine condition. But now they're selling for about $70 because of all the preppers. So this week I got 2 nice items. Here it is. It's got all the parts. So I got this today for $7.99. All right, and then what I started doing was a while back I started buying these big tabletop editions, really nice books, all various kinds. So generally I sell these for about $10. I try to buy them really cheap. This is a really beautiful book. Here's some lentil soup. But what it's really good is all kinds of party stuff. See the beautiful decor? So today I was rounding up all the books, and what I went shopping for is at this one thrift store. The books are really cheap, but unless I can find the big tabletop editions, I don't want to. And then this is really nice. Okay, this is some probably Chinese perfume, but it's good quality perfume. And there's a tiny bit left, but if you can find these, people like to buy the bottles, like me. I'm not selling this because this is quite a bit of perfume, depending on how much you wear. So I got that for $2, so I was elated about that. So we have staying in the car from the time I get up until after 9 if possible, gym, food pantry, and $5 deals, and then eBay to make some extra money. And I want to show you a good recipe I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm excited about this. Oh no. Oh good. Molasses donuts. 1/2 cup molasses, 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil, 1.5 teaspoons baking soda, 1 cup sour milk, 3 1/2 cups all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoons ginger, 1/2 teaspoon salt, vegetable oil for frying. So these, I try to get these books too. Prepare in a bowl, beat molasses, sugar, egg, and oil in separate bowl or cup. Dissolve the baking soda and the sour milk and then add to the molasses mixture. Continue by adding the flour and then the rest of the dry ingredients. Refrigerate overnight, so you have to do that. Flour a counter and roll out the dough to 1/2 inch thick. Cut out the donuts and fry in 370-degree oil on both sides until brown. They only take a few minutes to cook. Cool on paper towels or brown paper bags. Yields 2½ dozen. To prepare sour milk, add 1 teaspoon distilled white vinegar or 1 teaspoon lemon juice to 1 cup milk, and let's stand at room temperature for 15 minutes. So here's this great. Out here, I got the donuts really cheap yesterday or the day before for 8 for $2.20. But generally out here, donuts are about $1 each, which is a lot. Okay, now. All right. Okay, 1 week food box. So I'm putting my $1 a day food in here, but let me show you what I have so far in here. I have 4 potatoes and 2 sweet potatoes that I got from the food pantry. And then, you know, I bought the chicken. So I have 2 packets of gravy that I got reduced. There's good recipes on the back of here. Here's an easy chicken, take a screenshot. Chicken curry. These were $3.99. And here's a good one, chunky turkey. But what I do is I just oh, this is a vegetarian. Oh, these are vegetarian. This one's with rosemary and thyme. So I bought these today. And then I put this, these beans and rice. And I'll make those this week. And just remember this, if you ever have to eat rice and beans, for sure, if you have potatoes, which I have because I went to the swap meet, it makes so much difference. And then I had this really nice jar of coleslaw. Now, I could have cooked my roast in this, but I have plans for hot dogs. Okay, now, and this is the little bag of tea I've been drinking. I made myself a giant smoothie. Here it is. Because what I did was on the Ralph's deals, I bought the $1 produce. And if you have, if you like to eat ice cream, if you make smoothies, you can get yourself off ice cream, and these are healthy. All right, so last night I made homemade yogurt. Here it is. All it is one of the 50-cent Ralph's yogurts and 4 cups of powdered milk. This stuff. If you can't afford a big bag, start out with some small bags. And then I got bananas at the food bank, and I bought $1 deal at Ralph's, 6 bananas, and I froze them. I cut them in half, so it's half a banana and half a mango. Let's see if I can show you. Here's what a half a mango, frozen mango, looks like. And it's 1 yogurt container full of homemade yogurt and 1 cup powdered milk, and you just blend it up, and then, you know, it makes a lot. So when you start making some homemade stuff, that's one of the tips. Or if you didn't have fruit, just add 2 packets of chocolate milk. That'll give you a chocolate yogurt. So then I can just add my $1 deals, and my food box for the week is ready to go. Okay, so 7 is a food storage box. If you don't have a whole week, just gather up what you have to give yourself an idea. Then now about the garden. So my garden is going pretty bad, but that is okay because it's like the gym. I go to the gym, I do a little exercise. I don't get excited because I know I'm going back tomorrow. I go in the backyard, I do the gardening. Some of the stuff I transplanted, and I'm not worried because as soon as this one starts dying down, I'm going to do another one. And the main thing I want to grow is tomatoes, onions, squash, and peppers. And I have some little peppers out there. And then homemade food like yogurt. 1 carton of yogurt. So what I did, wherever I put that little, why do I keep losing that thing? Well, I showed you I had the cup of yogurt that I bought for 50 cents. Take that out so it's going to start getting to room temperature. Add 3 or 4 cups of milk. I use powdered, any kind, shelf-stable milk. Evaporated doesn't work really good. Start heating a large pan of water to boiling, and then slip it in the oven towards the back corner because you're going to put your yogurt behind it. And then heat your yogurt to 180 and hold it there 20 to 30 minutes. Then I usually remove it from the heat when it hits. So you're going to 180 and you're holding it there. Then I pour it in a big bowl and I cool it down to 100 or like a warm bath. Okay, 180 is just before your milk starts to boil and there's bubbles around the edges. That's about 180. It doesn't have to be on the dot. Then when it's cooled in your big bowl to 100, put in your room temperature yogurt, stir it around real good. Put it in some kind of jar. I use my old yogurt container. You can measure your milk in your yogurt container and then put that in the back corner. Put your hot pan in front of it to kind of like block it, and then cover it with a towel and leave it there overnight. And then what I do is some hours later, I'll go and reheat the water and then put it in there. And then it's then the next morning you have some nice yogurt in it, like the yogurt from Ralph's that was 50 cents. So basically your big, I find Ralph's yogurt to be good, but I also like to buy yogurt at grocery outlet marked down. So that's one thing too. Find the cheapest of everything. Homemade yogurt, homemade peanut butter, and applesauce. If you can find apples and you just boil them down with some sugar, turn off the heat, add a little lemon. And then 9 is meal plan. Any plan. Like today I had 2 pieces of pizza and 2 donuts for breakfast. Then I came home and I think I had oatmeal for lunch. And then there's my dinner. Okay, cereal and milk, lunch sandwich with a small fruit or vegetable. Dinner, meat, 4 ounces, carb, like potato, sweet potato, vegetables, bread, and milk. Now, start thinking about the stuff you're gonna go without that's gonna start wearing out, that you're not going to be able to afford if you run out of money. Let's see, underwear, and first of all, you won't have any money. Underwear and socks, medical and dental, milk and meat, soap and sanitation suffers, razors, pillows. Like when I was a kid, I went to do some babysitting and the kids didn't have some pillows. Propane, hot water. Out here, the ladies sometimes, and I thought, why are you in here getting your hair done? No hot water. No pens, papers, and pencils, and papers. That was a good one in the shop, plus everything else they didn't have. Good food. I know somebody in a salon and her kids got food poisoning by eating old food in the refrigerator. Now, if you freeze all your food, all your scraps, all your leftovers, chances are you're not going to run out of food, and chances are your kids aren't going to get food poisoning. Okay, so good food, heat. You know, you can't afford heat. Warm clothes, shoes and boots. So I know I need one coat and 2 sweaters a year, and I usually buy 2 shoes and 2 boots, but now I need gym clothes, but I buy those used. Hats and gloves, which is very, very bad if you live in a cold place. Alcohol, not alcoholic beverages, but like alcohol, like if you need it for like a wound. And of course, during the pandemic, one of my neighbors hurt himself at work and didn't have any alcohol. Gasoline, how are you supposed to get to work? Diapers and Kotex. Like last week, the pantry was jammed because they were giving diapers. They don't give that many. They just give a little pack. Dog food, you know, you can feed your dog scraps, but if you don't have that much food. Clean water. Okay, that means you can't afford bottled water, even if it's a refill. So it'd be best not to go there. Nail clippers, that's miserable, or, you know, any way to stay clean. Can openers. During the pandemic, my daughter-in-law's can opener broke, and there was none in the dollar stores, but I finally found one for $5.99. Clean clothes, you can't afford your laundry. Think about the olden days. Just put your clothes in a bucket, and hopefully you have enough money to buy a plunger at Dollar Tree and put some detergent in there and agitate them, and then pour it out, and then water until it comes clear, and wring them out and hang them up. So prepare to spend no money. Okay? Now, let me see. Okay, I want to talk to you about something. I just discovered this. OnlyFans. So I had never heard of this. And then I watched one, and then my phone wouldn't stop. But what it is it's online porn. So it's not exactly prostitutes. It's more like you pay a very small fee for like whatever they do. You know, they just, you know, it's porn. So these women are making a massive amount of money. And so I saw these videos, and it was these, I guess you would call them escorts, and they were making this fabulous amount of money. But what they're doing is they're making all this money on OnlyFans. So you get, like, you know, my YouTube followers. So I didn't know about this. And I was thinking, okay, I can see the motivation is money, but I'm sure, I don't know if any of you have YouTube channels, but there's no way to protect your content. And so you're on your OnlyFans, and there is some camera on, you know, your camera, and then you don't know it, but some of them said they would go to rave parties, and so here you could be anywhere, and then these videos never stop. So you're like online I've been doing these videos for 12 years and God knows where my videos are. And I thought that is like, okay, right now you've got all kinds of money, but when the well goes dry and they find some way to rip off your content. So anyway, I just found that today and I had never heard of it. And I kept watching these, what do you call them, these religious channels, and they were talking about porn, and I thought, what is the big deal? Well, it turns out it's not very expensive though. It's like, from what I mean, I'm sure it can be, but the general price is, I thought, getting nasty for under $20 with massive amounts of people. I mean, you get massive amounts of money. So anyway, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I really think that is a really good idea. So on my channel, honestly though, some of them are making like $2 million a year, and it's very lucrative for now, but it's not a really good idea. So okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. Bye. And women are on it. There's OnlyFans for women. All right. I didn't actually watch any of it. I don't like that stuff. All right. Bye, you guys.